fracking and say you're an environmentalist, because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
It's a co-ed tournament. It's a benefit tournament. It's this Saturday and Sunday, the 18th and 19th. So, yeah, you can come on out and be a part of that. $200 per team. It's a co-ed tournament. It's going to be there at Burson Fields here in Elk City. Again, that is this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, the 18th and 19th. 3 girls minimum. Winning team receives entry fee back. You can text Melissa Adams if you're interested. 580-210-8317. 580-210-8317. All proceeds go directly to Melanie Rhodes for her cancer treatment. Melanie Rhodes, co-ed softball benefit tournament this weekend, Elk City. It's co-ed. All you have to have is at least 3 girls to be able to be in it. So there you go. Get yourself part of that and help out Melanie Rhodes. There's several teams in it from the hospital, I understand. So looking forward to that. Okay, getting right to it here on this Wednesday morning. Energy stock prices coming up just a skosh. West Texas Intermediate up 39 cents, trading at $59.09 a barrel, still under 60. It's a November contract out of the New York Mercantile Exchange. Brent crude oil, ICE Futures Exchange up 31 cents a barrel to $62.70. A December contract out of London. Tocom crude oil in Japan down 280 yen per kiloliter out of Tokyo. And the New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas slips down below $3, $2.98 per million BTU. That's down 6 cents. RBOB gasoline is up 96 cents to 183.82. Heating oil down 35 cents, trading at $219.41. And gas oil is up 50 cents to $642 per U.S. metric ton, U.S. dollars per metric ton there. So, okay. Well, you know, we talked about that saltwater leak over in Caddo County. So they're claiming that, there were 28 cows lost in that. And so, a farmer brought that to us. Well, the saltwater purge was flowing October 5th at a rate of approximately, 56 barrels per hour. Okay, so they break it on down to 59,492 gallons per day, according to Commission spokesperson Trey Davis. It's gone down the last week. Commission Oil and Gas Field Inspector Carl Saucier told the Ledger on October 8th. The previous week's discharge rate was 63 barrels per hour. Saltwater was flowing from a site on a land owned by Jim Ridgway of Carnegie. According to Saucier, the trench and pit were excavated to divert the flow from the 5 Mile Creek, which feeds Cobb Creek and ultimately Fort Cobb Lake. Consequently, the purge poses no current risk to the residents of Anadarko or Chickasha who get their drinking water from Fort Cobb Lake, Davis announced. Also, there is no additional risk of contamination to area livestock or wildlife as the flow is contained to the Estridge and Pit. 5 Mile Creek has been brought back to beneficial use, Saucier said. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission has retained 2 tanker truck operators to collect the fluid, haul it away to an authorized commercial disposal site, and that said north of Hydro. It looks like they were averaging about 11 to 13 tank loads per day, he said. The Corporation Commission is expending energy emergency funds to contain the purge. Commission Chair Kim David sent a letter to Governor Kevin Stitt advising him of a serious environmental emergency and threat to public health and safety from the Caddo County saltwater purge. The governor immediately authorized the agency to employ the necessary service contractors to abate this environmental emergency and threat. The Corporation Commission moved quickly to reduce the salt levels in 5 Mile Creek, which was eyed as the culprit in the deaths of the cattle in Caddo County last month. And what it was 25 head of cattle. It was 23 cows, 2 calves after they drank the water. They still haven't reported on what the necropsies performed on the 2 of the dead animals to determine the exact cause of death. Anyway, this thing is being contained, but it says that Inject, capital N, J-E-C-T, Inject, the operator of a commercial saltwater disposal well, urged the company to shut in its well, start operations to contain the saltwater purge from entering the creek. I don't know. I would seem to think that whoever was releasing that salt water would have to be who paid to get it remediated. That's my thought. Maybe on down the road, that's what they will do. But just to give you an idea, they said that they've got it contained, whereas not getting into the, into Fort Cobb Lake, where a lot of, where a couple towns, good-sized towns, get their water. Anadarko and Chickasha. Anyway, gasoline prices, Oklahoma's dropped to the lowest in the nation. A report by AAA. Statewide average dropped $2 to $2.55 per gallon, the lowest in the nation. Some drivers are finding even cheaper prices. Midwest city stations posted prices as low as $2.09, according to Gas Buddy. I can remember when all the signs on the interstate had ones up there permanently. They had to that. Of course, everybody gone to digital now. But anyway, down to $2.09 a gallon. Now, this is regular gas that is have ethanol blend, of course. This isn't straight gas. But anyway, the week's average marks a 3-cent drop from last week and 24 cents lower than a month ago. The national average sits at $3.08 per gallon, down 5 cents from last week. AAA analysts attribute the steady decline to strong refinery output, increased supply, and soft seasonal demand. They expect prices to hold steady unless global crude markets tighten unexpectedly. Anyway, Oklahoma City's see wide price swings, okay? So in Oklahoma City and Lawton, the metro average matched at $2.47 per gallon, making them the lowest among urban areas. Lawton's average rose 5 cents from last week, but remains 30 cents cheaper than a month ago. Oklahoma City drivers saw a sharper decline, 13 cents less than a week ago, 34 cents below the $2.81 average from a month earlier. Tulsa's average reached about $2.53 a gallon of gasoline, up 7 cents from last week, but still 30 cents lower than a month ago. Across the state, Okfuskee County reported the lowest county average at $2.39 per gallon, followed closely by Woodward County, $2.41. Ellis County topped the state list at $3.04, while Cole County averaged $2.99. The national rankings show Oklahoma on top. AAA listed Oklahoma among the top 10 least expensive gasoline markets, followed by Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas. California remained the most expensive, $4.66 per gallon, folks, followed by Washington at $4.50 and Hawaii, $4.47. Drivers across the central United States continue to benefit from regional refinery access and low transportation costs. Experts say that as long as global crude prices stay near current levels, Oklahoma's drivers can expect continued savings throughout this fall. That's some pretty cheap gasoline. Down at $2.09 in Midwest City. Woo! We're going to take a quick break. When I come back, we're going to go back in time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org, and its website with Remember When Wednesday. Don't you dare miss it.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-885-3100. 800-885-3100. 800-885-3100.
Timber Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberoklahoma.com.
Fence building or welding, John 6 will get her done. 6 Wire Company, 580-497-6213.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Thanks for sticking around. This show brought to you in part by DCP Services, Diversified Oilfield Company, Diversified Oilfield Company, offering the right services, the right people on the job. They have a roustabout division. They have lease operators division, formerly known as pumpers. A wireline division with both braided and slick line options. And their pump repair shop in Cordell continues to rebuild pumps to like new. You can find DCP Services on Facebook or you can call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501, 660-0501. DCP Services, a proud supporter of the Exploring Energy radio show. Camrock, after a busy summer and spring, you're ready to put the tractor up. Before you do that, do the maintenance on that equipment, on that tractor, so it'll work just like you need it next spring. Get everything you need for tractor maintenance or any equipment maintenance. If it has a motor, Camrock can help you out. Camrock Supply, next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Online, camrocksupply.com, camrocksupply.com. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. And sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources. part of the OERB, the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. Their next upcoming educational opportunity is SPCC training, October 23rd, 11 a.m. Zoom meeting. So you don't have to go to Oklahoma City. You can do it over a computer, managing spills, staying compliant with regulations. It's going to be time-consuming, challenging. So they will help you on effective oil spill prevention, control, and countermeasures. SPCC plan. That's SPCC training, October the 23rd. Get yourself registered before the 22nd at www.soer.oerb.com. That's SOER, SOER.oerb.com. And they were the ones who just put on the OK Oil Expo. And the numbers did come out today. 4,000 plus people attended that expo. I knew it was the biggest one I'd ever been a part of. That Bennett Event Center is a sizable place. It was shoulder to shoulder in there. It was wonderful. A great show over, like I said, 4,000 people plus through the door for that expo. I got to see a lot of my old friends, got to make some new friends as well. So, again, congratulations to them. All right, let's step back in time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's AOGHS.org. Bruce and Chris Wells continue to amass they get it all, boy. They go in there and they vet these stories before they put them on, so you know they're actual and factual if they're on this website. We'll get right to it. October 13, 1917, U.S. Oil and Gas Association was founded. Oklahoma independent producers established the Mid-Continent Oil and Gas Association in T-Town, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 6 months after the United States entered World War I. The organization today, the United States Oil and Gas Association, was founded by petroleum industry leaders Frank Phillips, E.W. Marlin, Bill Skelly, and Robert Kerr to increase petroleum supplies for the Allies during the war. The association in 1919 formed the Oklahoma-Kansas Division, now the Petroleum Alliance of Oklahoma. October 13, 1954, the first Arizona gas well. After decades of searching, Arizona became the 30th petroleum-producing state when Shell Oil Company completed a natural gas well 1 mile south of the Utah border on the Apache County Navajo Reservation. The East Boundary Butte No. 2 well showed gas production of about 3 million cubic feet per day from depths between 4,540 feet to 4,690 feet, but produced low amounts of oil. Rancher had reported finding natural seeps in central Arizona in the late 1890s, and by 1902, a part-time prospector from Pennsylvania, Joseph Heslett, began exploration efforts that ended in 1916 after just finding traces of oil. Arizona's oil production declined after 2015, occasionally reaching 1,000 barrels of crude per month. There were no significant proven reserves by 2024, according to the Energy Information Administration, and the state's few oil wells produce only about 6,000 barrels of oil per annum. October 14, 1929, the Van Oilfield discovered east of Dallas. Pure Oil Company completed its Jarman No. 1 well in Van Zant County and launched a drilling boom east of Dallas. During its first hour, the oilfield discovery well produced 147 barrels of oil from the Woodbine Sandstone at a depth of just 2,700 feet. 3 more wells followed as construction began on a camp for oilfield workers. By April in 1930, the Van field produced 20,000 barrels of oil a day. As companies adopted advanced production techniques, new pipelines linked the oil field to the Pure Refinery in Beaumont, Texas, Standard Oil Company's refinery in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Among the Van Oilfield's Cook Camp buildings was a sheet metal warehouse, today home to the Van Area Oil and Historical Museum, and you can see them on their Facebook page. In May, the Van Zant County Historical Commission unveiled a marker to commemorate the Texas and Pacific Railway short line from Grand Saline that played a critical role in the rapid development of the oil field by bringing in tons of heavy oil field equipment. On October 19th, the annual Van Oil Festival will take place in City Park to celebrate 96 years of petroleum heritage. So that's coming up here in just about 4 days. October 15th, 1895, patent for a well boring machine. Oscar Benjamin of Lafayette, Louisiana, patented a compact cable tool drilling rig is designed for the well-boring machine, used a framework mounted on wheels with a hinged derrick adapted to swing over in transit. Although Benjamin's design included a boiler and steam engine mounted on the framework, any source of power could be used independent of the portable boring machine, he noted in his patent application. The derrick could be steadied by stay ropes and the velocity of the shaft controlled by using a band brake. October 15, 1966, Johnson signs the Historic Preservation Act, recognizing that the spirit and direction of the nation were founded upon the reflection of its historic heritage. President Lyndon Johnson signed into law a National Historic Preservation Act to protect historical and archaeological sites. The act authorized the Secretary of the Interior to maintain a national register of historic places. It started in 1966. The historical and cultural foundations of the nations could be preserved as a living part of our community life and development in order to give a sense of orientation to the American people, the act proclaimed. Also, October 15, 1997, kerosene fuels the land speed record. The current world land speed record was set at 763.035 miles per hour by the Thrust SSC, the British supersonic car fueled by a 19th century petroleum product, kerosene. The vehicle's twin-turbine engine burned JP-4, a fuel that first powered jet aircraft as early as 1951. SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets are fueled by kerosene rocket fuel, which also powered the Apollo moon launches. Liquefied natural gas fueled the Blue Flame, which held the land speed record from 1970 to 1983. October 16th, 1931, as we continue our track through time here with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society. The first long-distance, high-pressure U.S. natural gas pipeline went into service during the Great Depression, linking prolific Texas Panhandle gas fields to consumers in Chi-Town in Chicago. A.O. Smith Corporation developed the technology for a thin-walled pipe, and Continental Construction Corporation built a 980-mile bolted flange line for the Natural Gas Pipeline Company of America, and GPL. The $75 million pipeline consumed 290,000 tons of specially fabricated 24-inch wide steel pipe, which filled 6,500 railway freight cars. The project required 2,600 separate right-of-way leases. Wow, that is a big pipeline. $75 million back in those days was a pretty good chunk of change in 1931. Bolted flange. That's craziness. October 17th, 1890, Union Oil of California was founded. Lyman Stewart, Thomas Bard, and Wallace Hardiston founded the Union Oil Company of California by merging their petroleum properties to compete with Standard Oil of California. Founded 20 years earlier, Union Oil made strategic alliances with smaller oil companies to build pipelines from Kern County oil fields to the Pacific coast. This gave the independent producers an alternative to what they perceived as the low prices paid by Standard Oil and the high freight rates charged by the railroads to move crude oil. Noted the American Institute of Mining in 1914. Union Oil moved the company headquarters from Santa Paula to Los Angeles in 1901. In 1910, Union Oil lost control of its Midway Sunset Fields Lakeview No. 1 well, which would take 18 months to control. The purchase of Pennsylvania-based Pure Oil in 1965 made the Unocal Union 76 brand a nationwide company. Chevron acquired Unocal in 2005. Union Oil's original Santa Paula headquarters building, a California historical landmark, became home to the California Oil Museum in 1990. Going to take a quick break here at the bottom of the hour, hear from our great sponsors, and we'll be back with more of Remember When Wednesday right after this on 96.5 KECO's Exploring Energy Radio Show.
The Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
So there's a company out there that has a certain color. All the farmers and stuff think their oil has to be used in those certain color of tractors, and it's just not true. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that, but we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. I use it at our place. My son uses it for our colored tractors that we have, and a lot of other farmers use it too. It's the same oil, specifications are the same. It's kind of a myth where they think that it's got to be that certain type of oil for that color of tractor.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavor 7 days a week. The grill is always hot, and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins, to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Level up your fitness at Modern Fitness. With 24-hour access, you can work out anytime you want. Modern Fitness in Elk City. Get in shape and have fun doing it at a really nice gym.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show is brought to you in part by David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. If you have minerals and royalties and you need help manage them, well, David's your guy. I'm telling you, he is an investment, not an expense. He's been doing it for nearly 40 years for himself and others. He understands it. He knows it's always changing. He can do it for you, and he'll get you the most out of your royalties. Pay attention to that part. He'll get you the most out of your royalties. And he's a man of integrity, a guy you can trust. That's the kind of guy you want to do business with, the guy you'll be glad you're doing business with. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, you need someone that's not going to take advantage of you. David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. You can call him today, 405-341-8698, 405-341-8698. Look him up on the interweb, David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Another one of our great sponsors, American Hose and Supply. What if before you needed them, you called American Hose and Supply? What if before your hoses failed, you had replacements ready there at your place? How much easier would that make your life? How much easier and faster would that get you up and going? American Hose and Supply. Either way, whether you're proactive or reactive, they're ready there to help. They're in the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Call 303-1123, 303-1123. Go to those who know hose. Okay, for our Facebook watchers, we're going to put up this picture of our next story with the description as we continue our track through time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. October 17th, 1917, the Roaring Ranger launches the Texas drilling boom. A Wildcat well drilled between Abilene and Dallas launched the Texas drilling boom that helped fuel the Allied victory in World War I. The J.H. McCleskey #1 well erupted oil about 2 miles south of the small town of Ranger, which had been founded in 1870s near a Texas Ranger camp in Eastland County. William Knox Gordon of the Texas and Pacific Coal Company completed the Oilfield discovery well at a depth of 3,432 feet. It initially produced 1,600 barrels of oil a day of high-gravity oil, quality high-gravity oil. Within 20 months, the exploration company's stock value jumped from $30 a share to $1,250 a share. Roaring Ranger launched a drilling boom that extended to nearby towns. With effective blowout preventer technology still a decade away, more gushers followed, some producing up to 10,000 barrels of oil a day. Ranger's population quickly grew from 1,000 to 30,000 people. Petroleum proved essential to the World War I and the victory. After the armistice was signed in 1918, a member of the British War Cabinet declared the Allied cause floated to victory upon a wave of oil. After the war, a veteran named Conrad Hilton visited Eastland County intending to buy a bank in Cisco. When his deal fell through, Hilton, at the Cisco train station ready to leave, noticed a small hotel with a line of roughnecks waiting for a room. Thus, the Hilton Hotel line. All from the Roaring Ranger down in Texas. Pretty good stuff. October 17th, 1918, end of gasless Sundays. A week before the end of World War I, and after 7 voluntary gasless Sundays east of the Mississippi River to support the war effort, the U.S. Fuel Administration ended the initiative after saving an estimated 1 million gallons of gasoline. Because of depleted East Coast reserves, gasoline deliveries to customers had been forbidden until all orders to the Army, Navy, and U.S. allies were delivered. Mandatory lightless nights in 1917 required electrical signs to be turned off on Thursdays and Sundays. Other home front conservation measures included heatless Mondays and meatless Thursdays. Boy, talk about the war effort back in the day. October 17, 1973, OPEC embargo brings gas lines and recession. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, implemented what it called oil diplomacy, prohibiting any nation that had supported Israel in the Yom Kippur War from buying the cartel's oil. The oil crisis set off an upheaval in global politics and the world economy. It also challenged America's position in the world, polarized its politics at home, and shook the country's confidence, author Daniel Yergin noted in a 2013 Wall Street Journal article. The OPEC embargo brought an end to years of cheap gasoline and caused the New York Stock Exchange to drop by almost $1 billion. It also created one of the worst recessions in U.S. history. By the end of 2017, the United States would become the world's top petroleum producer, surpassing Russia and Saudi Arabia. We weren't going to let those people hold us by the fuzzies any longer. Fine, I like it. October 18, 2008, derrick dedicated at First Oklahoma well. A reenactment of the dramatic moment that changed Oklahoma's history highlighted the 2008 dedication of an 84-foot replica derrick at Discovery One Park in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Events included roughneck reenactors and water gushers from a 84-foot derrick that replaced one dedicated in 1948. And in 1897, a cable tool drilling rig at the site of Oklahoma's first commercial oil well had, thrilled another group of spectators when Jenny Cass, stepdaughter of Bartlesville founder George W. Keeler, was given the honor of shooting the well in what today is Discovery One Park. Oklahoma started in Bartlesville, their oil and gas track. October 19, 1990, first emergency use of Strategic Petroleum Reserve, the SPR. As world oil prices spiked after the August 1990 invasion of Kuwait by Saddam Hussein's Iraqi troops, the first presidentially mandated emergency use of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve was authorized by George H.W. Bush. to order the sale of 5 million barrels of the SPR to demonstrate the readiness of the system under real-life conditions, according to the Department of Energy. President Ford established the SPR in 1975 as protection against severe supply interruptions. By 2020, 4 underground salt dome sites along the Gulf Coast stored 735 million barrels of oil, the largest stockpile of government-owned emergency oil in the world. Of course, Brandon tried to sell that off to win some midterm elections for the Democrats. They're still trying to get that put back in there. But nonetheless, this has been Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. We appreciate Bruce and Chris Wells for allowing us to partner with them here on the show. And again, we ask you to donate. Hit that support button. Throw them some dollars. You know, if you threw them 15, 20, 25 bucks, even if half the people listening to this show did it, those guys would put that money right back into the site. As anybody that knows anything about online, they understand that it takes a lot of money to keep one of these sites up and going, especially if you maintain a really good site. So if you can do that, we appreciate it. Again, Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Well, we've got another story where some people got hurt, this time in Coffeyville at a fertilizer plant. An ammonia leak at a CVR nitrogen plant in Coffeyville, Kansas, hospitalized at least 15 people this last weekend. The incident occurred around 4 p.m. on Saturday, triggering alarms and emergency response from multiple towns. EMS calls came in from Independence, Caney, Tyro, and Cherryvale. Some patients were taken to Coffeyville Regional Medical Center, while others went to hospitals in Independence and surrounding areas. Montgomery County Sheriff Ron Wade issued a public statement, offering support and expressing gratitude for the first responders. Brandy Stevens, the Senior Director for the Corporate and Governmental Affairs for CVR Partners, headquartered in Sugar Land, Texas, confirmed the ammonia release at the plant's nitrogen facility. The company said it will conduct a full investigation on how the leak happened. Ammonia is a hazardous gas that can irritate the eyes and respiratory system. In high concentration, it becomes dangerous to human health. The response team worked to isolate the release and ensure air quality remains safe. Emergency crews evacuated workers from sensitive zones. Hazmat unit measured concentrations. Ventilation systems dispersed gas. First responders also coordinated hospital triage for affected individuals. CVR has not yet detailed the volume of ammonia that escaped. Observers expected a full root cause assessment in coming days, including checks in vapor systems, piping, and preventative maintenance records. So definitely something that we're glad that no one expired from it, but there were 15 people rushed to the hospital. So dangerous deal, no doubt about it. Well, our old buddy that was wanting to put in a big solar operation down in around Amarillo. Well, it's kind of taken a nosedive. So that's one of those deals where this thing was a 4,000 acres. Okay. Xcel cancels that $600 million Amarillo solar farm project. We talked about it when it first came across the news stories that they were going to put one in there near Amarillo, but energy provider Xcel, that's capital X, CEL Energy, has canceled its plans to build that massive, 1,400-acre solar farm near Amarillo following vocal opposition from nearby residents. The project, known as Oneida 2 Solar, is expected to cost nearly $600 million and begin construction in 2027. But the solar facility was one of 8 new generation projects submitted by Xcel subsidiary Southwestern Public Service Company to the Public Utility Commission of Texas. The utility's $10 billion regional expansion plan aimed to meet a projected 40% increase in summer electricity demand over the next 5 years across Texas and New Mexico. But the community pushback leads to the halt of this project. Local officials confirmed the cancellation after nearby homeowners expressed strong concerns about property values, land use, and environmental impact. Residents of the Rolling Hills neighborhood, located directly next to the proposed solar site, argued the massive development would disrupt their community and reduce open land access. Potter County Commissioner Brian Denard told KVII TV News the company formally decided not to move forward after multiple rounds of public meetings and feedback. This is a big win for our community, he said, noting that XL appeared responsive to local concerns. So they did have these meetings, and people did show up and voice their concerns, and that's what you got to do. I mean, if you don't say it, nobody's going to know. You don't ask, you don't get, that kind of thing. Well, what I find interesting is XL said, okay, listen, we're not going to put this there, okay? They still remain committed to regional energy growth. The company's latest proposal includes 17 new power generation projects and extensions of existing capacity totaling more than 5,100 megawatts of new energy. So they're not pulling out of trying to find new ways to get energy. They're just pulling out of this gigantic solar farm, 1,400 acres. I said 4,000, but still, 1,400 acres is a lot of land to clear cut and put a solar array in, especially if you're in the neighborhood right next to it. So XL Energy pulls it back and says, we're not going to do it. I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, my lovely assistant TJ is here. She's got your weather forecasts, energy stock prices of note, and more as we continue with the mop-up segment of the Wednesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
We do brakes, alignments, oil changes, filter services. You know, if it's a fuel filter, air filter, we'll replace the front end parts on alignments, ball joints, tie rods. We don't do any engine work, but we do about everything else. Oil changes is something your car has to have done. There's many choices. We have a lot of repeats just because we take care of them. They come in, we get them out. They don't have to question, worry about if something was bad. Did you check it over? You know, if they call and make an appointment, we get them in and out a little quicker. They can show up. If it happens to be the right spot, we can get them right in and out. If not, you know, say it may be an hour or so, they'll leave it, come back, you know, on their lunch break or whatever. We have a lot of those every day. L&R Tire, 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, the home of Bridgestone Firestone tires. At L&R Tire, we'll take good care of your vehicle.
This month at Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, the new 2025 iconic Escalades are here and ready for you. Don't miss the savings during the month of tricks and treats. And here's the best part, this is no trick. Driving away in a new Cadillac Escalade is the ultimate treat. Sleek, powerful, and unforgettable. Come see all the new Escalades today at Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, where luxury always takes the wheel. Stop today and visit Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, I-40 and Airport Road, or online at CumminsCadillac.com.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, we've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and it'll be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
You know, saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist?
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Killoffer Flooring Center, right on the corner, right on the price. Corner of 6th and Main, downtown Elk City, Oklahoma.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
And welcome back, everybody. Get this going here and get this pretty young lady on the camera as well. This show brought to you in part by Fred's Steakhouse. Fred's Steakhouse, home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. They're also your home destination for USDA graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. They have numerous side-eye options available, fresh salad, soup of the day. Have chicken's your choice. They've got 7 kinds. And maybe seafood's what you crave. They've got also freshwater catfish available. Fred's has appetizers sure to please everyone. Wood chips, fried pickles, cheese, curds, mushrooms, Rocky Mountain oysters, just to name a few to get you started. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. And they have a full-service bar. Oh, in fact, you might find Jimmy out there. It's Whiskey Wednesday. I mean, that's not a thing there, but it is for Jimmy. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event located at 2107 South Main Street. Or call them at 243-2100 or order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And ASCO Equipment, one of 27 locations throughout Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. They're the big stuff. Looking for heavy equipment for sale, for rent. You want to trade yours in. It's your headquarters for the big stuff. Case Construction, Case IH, Caterpillar Lift Truck Line, Crown, Bobcat, Genie, Hitachi. These are just some of them they rep, plus lots of others. They've been operating since 1960 under the core value of honoring God, developing people, pursuing excellence, and growing profitability. The Key family. Got one right here in Elk City, 513 West 20th Street. Stop by and see Jeremy Bridgman. Or for equipment sales, you can talk to Bart Shields. Equipment rentals, it's E.J. Gredeman. Call them at 323-3422 or online ascoeq.com. Did I mention they'll come and work on your equipment no matter when you bought it, who you bought it from, or what brand it is? Yeah, they'll come out and work on it. ascoeq.com or 323-3422. This hour's weather forecast brought to you as a service of Carter Electric in Elk City. Everyone knows that distinct smell when something electrical gets too hot. Well, don't ignore that. Electrical fires happen, especially in older houses and buildings, but any house or building, actually. Carter Electric has infrared scanners, a level 1 certified technician. They can come in to detect those hot spots before they short out and catch fire. Commercial and residential uses can save thousands and save lives. Fully licensed and insured, Carter Electric has the equipment, personnel, and experience to handle any job 24 hours a day, any electrical job. Authorized Generac generator dealer as well. Owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain, 217 West 12th Street, right here in Elk City. Call them at 225-2447, 225-2447. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. And here's your licensed, instructed, and trusted weather forecaster, TJ. Now, you're not the one who makes the weather. You just put what they say, right? So what do you got over there, girl?
Today we're sunny with a high near 83, south wind 6 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear with a low around 55, south-southeast wind around 9 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny with a high near 82, south wind 8 to 16 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24. Friday, sunny with a high near 83, south-southwest wind 14 to 17 miles per hour with gusts as high as 26. Saturday, sunny with a high near 80. Sunday, sunny with a high near 74. Monday, sunny with a high near 85. And Tuesday, sunny with a high near 76.
Ooh, now the 70s, I could live all up in that. That's good stuff.
I don't mind the 80s.
Well, us fat folk, we like a little bit cooler temperatures. Here's some energy news in my briefs. Well, Ford and General Motors have officially withdrawn their plans to continue offering that $7,500 federal electric vehicle tax rebate, ending months of uncertainty for EV buyers. Both automakers had explored legal workarounds to extend the incentive after Congress killed the program in late September, but the companies now confirm they will no longer pursue that option. Analysts say the reversal could slow EV sales through the end of the year, especially their high-volume models like the Ford F-150 Lightning and GM's Silverado EV. The Bureau of Land Management has significantly increased approvals for oil and gas drilling permits during the Trump administration, according to new federal data. While approvals have surged, many operators plan to hold on to their permits until energy markets stabilize and long-term prices justify new production. Industry leaders say the accelerated pace could help offset supply shortfalls when demand rebounds, but warn the backlog might create regulatory challenges for future administrations. The Trump administration is threatening visa restrictions and sanctions against nations that backed a UN plan to reduce global shipping emissions. Minnesota has set at least 13 hyperscale data center proposals, but many remain stalled due to grid capacity and environmental hurdles there. Wisconsin lawmakers are advancing bipartisan legislation to study nuclear energy's role in meeting growing power demand. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill requiring battery storage developers to coordinate with local fire officials and regulators. And a proposed Wisconsin ban on Mylar balloons meant to protect power lines could bring fines up to $500 for outdoor releases. You know, those metal balloons that you get, those Mylar balloons, they do conduct electricity. And I've actually seen one hit a line and
really?
Oh, yeah, it's the real deal. Here's some globally. Globally, an OPEC report projects oil supply will soon match demand as the group ramps up production through 2026. China has tightened restrictions on rare earth exports ahead of a possible U.S.-China summit, while Algeria's Sonatrach signed a $5.4 billion exploration deal with Medad Energy from Saudi Arabia to expand operations in the Izili Basin. So, there you have it. But yeah, those Mylar balloons, man, that's the real deal.
Yeah, I've never seen
they're
that before.
They're a metal foil.
Right.
It's no different than, if you try to take one of those wrappers from Sonic and put it in a microwave.
Right. Gotcha.
Not that I've done that, but I've done that. It's like, you're not even thinking. There's enough metal in that to make that happen. What do you got for stock prices over, girl? You're going to give us some good news today.
Yeah, it looks much better today.
All right.
American Electric Power is up 49 cents, trading at 118.87. Apache is up 53 cents, trading at 23.45. Baker Hughes is up 66 cents at 45.49. ConocoPhillips is up 38 cents at 88.54. Devon Energy is up 40 cents at 33.12. EOG Resources is up 40 cents at 109.57. Expand Energy is up $1.64, trading at 103 even. General Electric is up $3.28, trading at 303.34. Halliburton is up 48 cents at 22.91. Helmerich & Payne is up 73 cents at 23.45. Liberty Energy is up 80 cents at 13.03. Occidental Petroleum is down 5 cents at 42.23. OG&E Energy is up 61 cents, trading at 47.15. ONEOK is up 84 cents at 70.42. Phillips 66 is up $1.33 at 132.18. Sandridge Energy is up 8.5 cents at 11.72. Schlumberger is up 19 cents at 32.75. And Williams Companies is up $1.39, trading at 63.75.
This little nugget came my way just a moment ago. Terra Power makes case for nuclear power plant in Kansas. Bill Gates and his Terra Power push ahead is making a case to build a small modular reactor nuclear generating plant in Kansas, arguing it would be far more efficient compared to the Wolf Creek nuclear power plant that was finished in 1985. Incidentally, my wife's stepdad was one of the guys on that Wolf Creek nuclear power plant.
Oh, wow.
Quite an operation. Quite an operation. Okay, sorry, Bill Gates. I'm not much on you. Douglas comes to Elk City tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's Thursday this week on both games because, of course, fall break. So Elk City hosts Douglas tomorrow night. Kickoff at 7. It's going to be live streamed for free on Big Elk TV. About 6:20 pregame. And so that is all going to be on Big Elk TV or at Big Elk Stadium. It's Douglas versus Elk City tomorrow night. Hinton will host Merritt. Merritt will travel up to Hinton, take on the Comets. Also a Thursday night game, a 7 o'clock kickoff, and also a 6:30 pregame. We're going to be without Blake Brewer this week, so yeah. It's going to all fall on the shoulders. Travis Stout. He can handle it. He's a big old kid. All made possible by the Bank of Western Oklahoma and the girls softball tomorrow. First round of the state tournament, the OG&E field, the big one. Ulaga Talala versus Elk City Thursday at 2. That's tomorrow. Wishing those girls the best of luck. Go up there and make it happen. You can hear that action on BigElkTV.com and watch it the following day. For all of our great sponsors and TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
It's loaded with action and suspense. This is KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. President Trump warning Hamas to hold up its end of the peace deal with Israel, phase 2.
It will disarm